So first thing we do is we're gonna go ahead and get into our Muay Thai stance. So if you guys take a look, I put my feet together, I'm right-handed. I'm gonna take my right foot, I'm gonna put it at a 45-degree angle. I take my other foot, which is gonna be the left, I'm just gonna take a natural step forward. When I say a natural step forward, I'm not hopping, I'm just basically just stepping forward, and I'm gonna be a little bit off balance. So what's gonna happen, I'll take my lead foot, I'm just gonna kick it out to the side. I'm gonna go ahead and jump up 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So how you're landing on the pads of your feet, that's how you want to be offensively and defensively. I'm gonna have a slight bend in my knees, and I wanna go ahead and look at my lead foot. The heel should be going up to my shoulder. So it should be a straight line up and down. I'll check myself by looking in the mirror, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and keep my body concave. Okay, so it's gonna have that small curvature, and because of my rear foot, it's at a 45-degree angle, you can see that my hip is back. What we see a lot of times, or what I've been seeing with some of you guys, a lot of you guys are pushing that hip forward, so guess what happens? When we put our hands out, you don't know which is the strong hand and which is the hand that's the longest. So when I have the proper stance, when I have this at a 45-degree angle, you can just see that my arms are back. I'm just gonna roll up my hands. I'm gonna make sure that my hands are gonna be between my mouth and my eyes. Okay, it's just a general rule of thumb. And what I'm gonna do is if I have a microphone, it's gonna be on my forehead, and then that rear hand, it's gonna be like I have a cell phone. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and settle down. So I'll settle it down a little bit, and you can just see, if you look at my left side, this lead hand is gonna be a lot longer than the rear. If I basically push it out to this side, you can see the same exact thing. Okay, so if you guys get into your stance real quick, we're gonna talk about going forward and backwards, right? So you find your stance, and when you're staying in place, you're gonna see that I'm going to basically kind of like, let's say rock back forward and backwards. I'm just gonna be nice and relaxed, and you can see that my hands, they're gonna be moving. So in order for me to kind of fix that movement, it's like I'm beating a drum, and I bring it straight up. So if I'm just staying in place, I'm moving forward and backwards. Okay, now when I go forward, I'm gonna take a step forward with my lead foot and step with my rear foot. So I'm just basically moving forward. Now if I go backwards, I'm taking a step back with my rear foot, and I'm picking up my feet. Okay, so you guys can go forward and backwards real quick. So get into your stance, I'll go check you real quick. Forward, you can move a little bit faster, okay? Okay, then move backwards. Good, all right. Now, if I'm gonna go to the right, I'm gonna take a step with my right foot, okay? And I take my step with my left. My body does not sway back and forth. I'm just moving to the left, I take a step with my left foot, I step to the right. So what I can do is I can make a box, I go forward, I go to the side, I go backwards, and to the side, okay? Now, other thing I want to show you is basically that angle footwork, or the step and pivot. So with that step and pivot, so if I use this M, just so if this is a person in front of me, if I'm going to go ahead and do that step, I take my step with my lead foot, I'm going to step to the side, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing my rear leg back. That gives me the angle, so you can see that I'm facing this direction. Now, if I go ahead and I want to go to the opposite side, that rear foot, it's going to step forward at an angle, and then I'm going to take this other foot, I'm going to swing it around, swing my body around, and you can see I'm on the side. So I want you guys just to practice that. You guys can practice moving forward, then think about how you're going to go ahead and deal with angle, and then step. You can move, and then basically move forward, take a step with that rear foot, and then pivot. So just practice your footwork and angle. Go ahead and spread out.